Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on here because it happened again. Oh, I'm not complaining, and it sounds a lot all the time like I'm complaining. Well, I hope it doesn't sound that way. I take that back. I know a few people over the years have pointed out that it sounds like I just complain all the time. But I hope that that's not true. I hope I come on and vlog all the good things too. But a lot of times the vlogs end up being like venting, or I guess what I mean to start off right away is when things are going right with the DIYs and the crafting and the shopping and the health and everything, I do work. So you see you see DIYs, and you see decorating, and you see cleaning videos and that kind of stuff. When things don't go right, I vlog, which I know that I've vlogged positive things before on my vlog channel. I mean, that's, but I feel like on here, all I ever do is vlog when things aren't going right. So I just wanted to, I felt like I wanted to share this with you for a couple of reasons. Well, first of all, I don't want it to seem like I'm making excuses. So here's the process I go through sometimes. Sometimes it's like boom, boom, boom. Sometimes I just like get ideas, flood into me, maybe something I saw on TV inspired me, or a catalog, or Pinterest, or, at the store, you go to Walmart and you see like, oh, I can make that with Dollar Tree products cheaper, like just different things. Sometimes I'm inspired by the items. I go to the Dollar Tree and I see something and I'm like, I have a great idea for this. I have 2 like that at home, and I can make 3 of them, and and I'll do this to them. And that happens sometimes. But sometimes I'll just be sitting on the couch watching TV, maybe a decorating show, and I'll see something and I'll be like, hey, I'll get out my little notepad, or on my phone a lot of times they have like a digital notepad where I can draw, and I'll sketch out, the design, and I'll be like, yes, I just need one of these and one of these and one of these and one of these. And then, oh wow, I have them in the office. So I go in the office and I'm all pumped, and I get the things and I stack it the way my vision had it, and it comes out nothing like my vision. Nope. Also, a lot of times what happens is when my brain is on 100 miles an hour, my body's on 20. My brain gets congested with traffic. It's the only way I could describe it. And not until my body kicks into that mode of getting up, then I come in here and I go, okay, I had an idea for these little things. So grab those out of the thing. And then I had an idea for these. So grab those out of the thing. And then I had an idea for these. So why don't you go ahead and grab those? And then they all come to my table and I'm like, where do I start? I share this with you for a few reasons. I first of all want to reassure you that even though this channel is not a DIY channel, many of you are drawn by the DIYs. I understand that. Most of you enjoy the DIYs. I appreciate that. But I want you to know why there's not always DIYs. I know that I have mentioned in vlogs before, but a lot of you are new, so I'll mention it again. I have never been one to respond to forced creativity. People ask me all the time, why don't you have an Etsy shop, or sell at craft fairs? Because I do not respond to forced creativity. I never have, and I doubt I ever will. So doing it for a business really doesn't work for me. And I've tried. I tried several times. I did clothes painting in the late 80s, early 90s with my cousin when it was the big fad trend. And then we made tote bags with Lisa. It was her sister's design, and we went ahead and started a business that way. Neither one of them took off because, first of all, I couldn't sell water to a guy in the desert. I'm the worst salesperson ever. I think that's the frugal person in me. I can't charge $20 for this because I know it cost me $3 to make it. And yeah, I guess, okay, maybe my time is worth something, but you know, I never could value my work. Not that I know my work has value, but I can never place the monetary value on it. Let's just put it that way. But then sometimes, like, I just get these bursts of creativity and I want to just really, like, let it out. My body is like, if you can get up and get into the office, then you can just do what you need to do while you're there. However, that is so much easier said than done more often than not. You know, people on other channels who do like organizing and purging and that kind of stuff often talk about like the clutter and the creative mind. For me, I told you, it's not that the clutter doesn't bother me, but sometimes when I do this to myself, I'll show you what I'm talking about. When I do this to myself, it can get, it can get overwhelming, as you can imagine. My brain is like, and my mind then focuses down to do the work, and I have to just like, okay, breathe. Tackle one item at a time. What do you want to do first? What's going to take the longest? Do we have paint that needs to dry? Let's do the painting first, and that sort of thing. So, I do so love this family we created here on YouTube. And I want to say especially the 2,000 or so of you who are there every day. I cannot tell you, you guys are the reason I still do it. Because honestly, with the new changes in YouTube, the new changes that have come to YouTube, monetarily, I'm not in the black for the channel. Mostly because as it grew, I grew my expenditures, but then all of a sudden the bottom fell out, which I really didn't expect. The changes were only announced over like a course of 3 weeks before they actually took effect. Well, I guess it was 4 weeks because it was December 1st. December 3rd they announced it, and January 3rd it took place. So maybe 31 days or whatever. So it wasn't like, well, I had already put in the money. I put in the investment or whatever. So I'm going to stick with it. I will. I'm thinking about doing a DIY once a week of something from the basket. Like, that's what I want to call it. Something from the basket. Mystery item from the closet. What can I do with this mystery item from the closet? But I for sure want to tell you this because of everything that's going on and why we don't see DIYs every day. But I mostly want to tell this to you because so many of you come to me for inspiration. And I wanted to let you guys know that you inspire me. Not only the projects that you share with me on social media or, you know, whether it's Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, or wherever you email even. The projects that you send me, of course, inspire me. But just doing this for you inspires me. So I wanted to just say that I may be inspiring to so many of you and give you motivation. But I wanted to let you guys know that you do the same for me. You all motivate me to do the things that I just sometimes don't have the heart to do. I have always wanted to bring you at least one DIY a week. That has always been my goal. When I originally started my channel, and I know I said this before, so I'm sorry if you heard it before and I sound like a broken record. When I first started my channel, the intention was to do something different every day. Like Sunday was going to be cooking, and Monday was going to be cleaning, and Tuesday was going to be shop with me's, and Wednesday was going to be hauls, and Thursdays, you know what I mean? It was just, I had a plan, an initial plan for what I was going to do for the 7 days, and only one of them was a DIY. It was only supposed to be one DIY a week, even though I was a daily vlogger. But that just didn't turn out that way. It turned out to be when I was inspired, or when I had the energy, or when I was motivated, or when I had the items, or when the weather was good, especially when it comes to spray painting items. Sometimes you're like on hold while the rain and the cold and the heat and the humidity, you have to wait for that perfect temperature to go ahead and spray paint. So, sometimes that's what you're waiting for, but more times than not, it's just I need to feel creative. Now, I mentioned all of that to say, lately when my health wasn't really up to par, it's the only way I could say it, because everybody has their own different health things, and I don't want to say I was unhealthy or sick or whatever when so many people are battling so much more worse. But my health was not up to par. That's all I will really say. I had zero desire to come in here and create anything. I had 100% focused on battling my symptoms. And that was really what it was about. I was going to combat and defeat each symptom as it came along of whatever is going on. And I will share it with you when we know for sure, I promise. After all the doctor's appointments are done and when the test results are back and when I know what's going on, I will share it with you. But I, 100% was just focusing on feeling better. So the other day I came in and I woke up and I was like, I feel fantastic today. I'm going to go to work because I feel creative and I feel like I want to work and I want to do stuff. And I did, and it worked, and it works for me like that. So I work that way. Not everybody does. There are so many people that are so creative on this platform, and I want to say we inspire each other, or we what exactly causes all of the I don't really know what I'm trying to say. We inspire each other, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's so many creative people. There's only so many supplies out there. There's only so many different directions you could take something. There's only so many ways that you can do something with this tray, kind of thing. But it's still worth seeing everybody's little touches, even if they're just slightly. I've had people say to me, oh, I saw so-and-so do that on her channel last week. Well, that's okay, because again, there's only so many different ways to do different things. However, you have to realize there's a couple of things. One is we could all be inspired by the same thing. Pottery Barn came out with their Christmas catalog, and they had something that totally you can dupe with something from the Dollar Tree, and 5 of us did it because we were all motivated by the same thing, or inspired by the same thing. So I never get upset when someone does, I shouldn't say never, that was not right. I no longer get upset when somebody does something that I did and doesn't give me a shout out about it, because I realize that they might not have even seen my video. Because if I did, if I painted this purple, and then Joanne painted it purple, and then Sally painted it purple, and then Regina painted it purple looking at Sally's, who's looking at, she wouldn't even know I did it. So it's to me, it's like, okay, we're all inspired by the same things. We're all working with the same objects. We're all, motivated by the same, whether it's farmhouse or rustic chic or, French country, whatever it is, we're all sort of in that same direction going together. So if you do see something that I did and I didn't possibly you think someone else did it, or you saw someone else do it first and you possibly didn't hear me shout them out, that is never an oversight on my part. If I'm inspired by somebody, I will 100% always tell you that I'm inspired by this person. I do it a lot. Actually, probably ad nauseum to some people. But again, you have to realize that if I don't, then I think I came up with it on my own. Or I'll tell you if I was inspired by Pinterest or inspired by Pottery Barn or inspired by Pier 1 or whatever. So, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty forthright with that. I feel like I'm pretty good about that. Now, if you, on the same circumstance, see somebody do something that I did and you saw me do it first and they don't mention me, that's okay. I don't want you to take up the mantle. It's okay. I am here to inspire people. And if I inspire somebody to do something like mine or exactly like mine or whatever, then that's okay too. At first it bothered me because bigger channels would do it and not give you any recognition at all. And you know when you're a little channel, recognition really goes a long way. It's why we did shout out week, because I felt like it was the way I could pay it forward a little bit, was, shout out people who inspired me, who are young, like smaller channels and stuff. So like I said, if you see somebody do something that I did, don't take up the mantle for me. That's okay. I'm here to inspire. My art teacher in high school said, well, she's not the first one to say it, but she's the first one who told me, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And I know that that's an old saying. She's just the one who taught it to me. She actually said, if at first you don't succeed, cut off your head and watch it bleed. But that was another story altogether. But really, I feel that way. If somebody is inspired by something that I do, then they go ahead and do it themselves. That's okay. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good that I've gone out there and taught something to somebody. So, yeah, that's it. So I just wanted to jump on here again and just say, hey, if you're in a creative slump, or you're not motivated, or you're, overwhelmed by what your brain and your body are having at odds with each other, I wanted to let you know that you're not alone. I'm in it with you. And I'm sure many of us are in it together. But I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow this down to one project at a time. I'm going to get started, and then you'll see it when you see it. So, as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.